Welcome to another edition of the Anchor of Hope of Life Formation Mission Academy. We are right at the threshold of the opening of classes, which begins on Monday, August 23. And as we do prepare ourselves for that, today again on this edition of Anchor of Hope this Friday, which starting next week, we will be having our Anchor of Hope on Thursdays. So, because the masses will be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, we will be having three masses every week to continue to level up in our challenge and equipping for our students. But again, today, let us prepare ourselves as we look at our scriptures and reflect upon the Word of God. I would like to take our reading today from the Psalm for tomorrow, Psalm 144, because I believe this is a very beautiful psalm that helps us understand God's plan for His people. So again, I welcome you, beloved parents and students and teachers and staff of LFMA. Psalm 144, portions of that says, "Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. My loving kindness and my fortress, my stronghold and my deliverer, my shield and he in whom I take refuge, who subdues my people under me. What is man, O Lord, that you take knowledge of him, or the Son of Man, that you think of him?" The question that we always have, what is man? Is there something in man that makes a difference in all of the creatures that God has provided? And the obvious answer there is yes, there is. It is the breath of God. It is the Spirit of God. And so in the end of the psalm, in verse 12, it says, "Let our sons in their youth be as grown-up plants, and our daughters as corner pillars fashioned as for a palace." Our children, so precious in the sight of God. That's what this ministry of LFMA is all about. It's all about God's love for children. And as we begin today, I would just like to just share very, very briefly some of the things that will equip our children and perhaps equip you as parents and teachers as we navigate ourselves through the next weeks and months of this unusual situation of not having face-to-face classes. And we are confined still in our homes, being unable to meet the way we usually were used to. But we can always remember we can conquer this. That's why the psalm today says we have God who trains our hands for battle. The battle of facing another year of learning, teaching is going to be now made easier with the equipping and empowering of God and His Spirit. I would just like to focus on the three C's as we see how we can effectively be able to manage ourselves in learning and effective the learning and being able to study even while at home. The first C is consistency. We have to practice to be consistent. And that is why you need to establish a place where which you will use as your study. You know, one of the things that they have found out, even in psychologists and effective studying, is once you have a set place where you devote yourself to real study, you will be able to achieve a better result in your studies. And together with this set places, you must have a set schedule to be able to really discipline yourself, to be able to know what your times of your classes are and what the other times that you have to do your assignment, what the times of your synchronous classes are and your asynchronous classes, or those that are not done through online, but through your own individual work. So consistency is very important. You don't change. You don't just do whenever what you feel like doing. Once you are consistent with your schedule and with your place of study, I believe that you will be able to gain greater results and achieve better in your study. The next C is concentration. Because you have a consistency, you will be able to concentrate well. Concentration involves taking notes, being able to really have goals set, being able to focus. You see, this is something that is a problem with many of us, perhaps all of us, in our day-to-day task. We easily get so sidetracked. We easily begin to multitask. We easily slip into other things that we have to do while we are doing another thing. And so our whole focus and concentration is off. And parents, it is very important to train your child to concentrate. That when it is time for their classes, they focus on that. Because concentration is a very, very important skill in life and in our studies. So we have consistency, we have concentration. And the third C is our conditioning. Conditioning physically, to be able to take breaks when we need to take breaks, to be able to make sure that we are physically conditioned. That means we eat the right time and the right food, and we sleep in the proper amount of time. You know, during the past months, I'm sure many of you would sleep in the wee hours of the night, or maybe even in the early morning, and then wake up late. And so this is a very, very bad habit, because God created us with the night so that we can rest and sleep, and with the day so that we can work. We start our day 5 days a week with 8 o'clock in the morning. It has a purpose. It is a discipline we want to be able to do. But to be able to handle that, we must condition our bodies well. Sleep at the right time, that means early, and take enough amounts of sleep. So we can start even today. Don't wait until Monday. We can begin today to really focus on our conditioning. So it's consistency, it is concentration, and it is conditioning. When we begin to work on these, just three simple activities or areas, we will be able to face the next months in a greater and more advantageous position. And it is important, because really studying is discipline. And when we are disciplined, we will be able to gain more in what we are doing. God bless you. And I'll see you on Monday at 8 o'clock, beginning with the Mass, that we can all participate and be a part of joining together. Remember, starting next week, our Anchor of Hope will be on Thursdays, so that we can give way for the Mass on Fridays. God bless you, and have a great, great time preparing for the challenging days ahead. By the grace of God, we have the ability to do so.